and welcome to the International News Network. I'm Thomas Hannon.
And I'm Sarah Durham. Coming up on today's show, we discuss the anger at a Syrian heart-eating video, a video which appeared to show a Syrian rebel eating the heart of a dead soldier.
We'll also be giving you the latest roundup of sport, news and weather, as well as an exclusive interview with Hollywood star Gerard Butler. But first, your headlines for today.
Stuart Hazel, the murderer of Tia Sharp, has been sentenced to 38 years in prison. He changed his plea to guilty after 4 days of evidence had been gathered at the Old Bailey. He killed and sexually assaulted 12-year-old Tia Sharp at her grandmother's home in South London last August. The
Conservatives have promised to draft a parliamentary bill for an in-out referendum on the UK's EU membership in an effort to head off growing anger amongst the party's MPs.
A Rohingya boat has sunk off the west coast of Burma. The boat, which was thought to be carrying up to 200 Muslims, has capsized.
British soldiers have reported that they are to start serving longer tours in Afghanistan. The Defence Secretary is expected to announce this ahead of their withdrawal from the Helmand province by 2015.
And finally, Angelina Jolie has announced that she has undergone a double mastectomy after doctors told her she had an 87% chance of getting breast cancer. She lost her mother to ovarian cancer after a decade-long battle.
We'll have more on these stories later on in the show, but now let's head over to our sports correspondent, Peter Andrews, who has a roundup of this week's sporting stories.
Thank you, Tom and Sarah. It's been a big weekend in the Barclays Premier League, with all three teams chasing European qualification, grabbing victories. At White Hart Lane, Spurs ran out 1-0 victors to Southampton, thanks to a goal from Welshman Gareth Bale in the 85th minute. Next, at Loftus Road, Arsenal beat QPR 1-0, thanks to a goal in the first 20 seconds from Theo Walcott. But finally, the big result of the day came at Old Trafford, where Chelsea beat Man United 1-0.
We're sorry to interrupt you, Peter, but we've just got some breaking news.
We are being told of an incident that occurred early this morning in the northeast of England. The police have issued a warning to all members of the public to remain indoors and stay calm.
We have our infield reporter, Kate, who is down by the river where this incident was first reported. Kate, can you give us more information on the situation?
Thanks, Sarah. I'm here down by the river where an incident occurred earlier today. It was reported at around 9 a.m. that Alexandra Banks attacked local fisherman Tim Maguire. Now, it would appear that during the attack some form of infection was transmitted to Tim by Alexandra, which caused them both to then start attacking other members of the public in an unusual manner. As you can see behind me, people are walking around in a very dazed and confused manner. And, oh God, run! It's coming!
I'm terribly sorry, but we lost contact with Kate. We're trying to get back in contact with her to make sure her and the crew are all safe and see what exactly the situation is.
We are being told that this is not an isolated incident, and there have been further reports of cases across the country. Once again, we have been asked to urge the public to remain inside and to secure your windows and doors.
We have on the line Dr. Eisenhower, who is a leading scientist in the field of neurobiology. Dr. Eisenhower, what can you tell us about the strange behaviour?
Hello. First of all, this would appear to be a viral outbreak. What we do know is that the virus is spread through direct contact with an infected person. You will feel symptoms of similarity to the common cold or flu. Headache, blurred vision, dry throat, and dizzy spells are the starting symptoms.
Dr. Eisenhower, is there anything we can do to stop this?
Secure yourself within your house or building, and if you encounter any public members who are infected, defend yourself and keep them at a distance to prevent the transfer of the virus. To completely stop and eliminate the threat, destroying the brain or moving the head from the body will kill them.
Thank you, Dr. Eisenhower.
We are getting more updates from the police. They advise that you do not attempt to leave your house or travel anywhere, as the risk of coming into contact with an infected person is too high. We are also being told that you should stay calm and secure your home, building, or the place in which you're at the moment.
Hospitals have become quarantine zones for the infected and injured. However, we are getting reports that these are being rapidly overrun by the infected, and we would suggest staying away from the hospitals and other populated areas.
Let's go over to our weather studio where Guy Sykes will update us with the most affected areas and the zones which are said to be safe.
Thank you, Tom and Sarah. Now, as you can see, we have modified the map in order to show you where the worst infected areas of the country are. The deep red zones are the most infected areas which have been completely overrun by the infected victims. The orange and yellow zones are the areas that are less populated by the infected, but are still not safe, and caution is advised if you're in one of these areas. We have put on the map the control borders set up by the army, although some of these are reported to have been overrun as well. The advice of the government and authorities is to either secure the building you are in or get to a rural area away from the populated cities. That's all I have at the minute. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Guy. Now we are going to get some footage that you've been sending us and read out messages that we've received via Facebook and Twitter.
Barry Sill has posted on our Facebook wall, "Help, I'm stuck in my office. My co-workers have been infected."
On Twitter, @Jessica09 said, "What's happening out there? Someone has just attacked my neighbour."
Also on Twitter, you can see the top trends are infected, virus, and help me.
Lauren Fur has told us via Facebook, "Help me, I barricaded myself in my house with 2 children. Can someone help me?"
Here is a video we've just received moments ago from the member of the public. We have to warn viewers that the footage is distressing and has scenes of violence.
I'm sorry, I didn't make it. Oh no.
Unfortunately, that is all the information we have at the moment. Myself, Sarah, and the rest of the crew members wish to get